Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on competitive multiplayer with Daggerwin. Right, so we've got the new dairy, but it actually has run out of goat's milk already, so a few of you did predict that, and yeah, you were right. It has ceased production because it's already produced overnight. What's this? 5 pallets. 5 pallets of goat's cheese overnight with what we put into it in the previous episode. So I've now just deactivated it because there is literally nothing for it to do. So, yes, it was expensive, but it's certainly efficient compared with this other one, which I put 1 pallet into, or maybe 2 pallets was it, and it still has 892 litres in it, and it's, yeah, oh, it's so slow. That one is going. We're selling that one. We'll get 18,000 back for that as well, as a bonus there. We have lost 18,000 as well, but, yeah, we should just never have built this one. It was a silly idea. Sorry about that, everyone. The ones that said don't do it, yeah, you were right. But yeah, this one I don't regret. That's fine because that's still running in the background. We can keep that fed with wood, and that will keep producing some extra pallets for us. Yes, there is one sort of half pallet of goat's milk here. It's only 531 litres in there, so it's not. Well, it's just over half full. So yeah, that's not. I'm just wondering. That seems very slow. They haven't run out of food, have they? No, they haven't. Looks like it's okay. Yeah, they're just quite, not quite as fast as I was expecting, or at least that's faster than I was expecting to process it. So we'll keep that dairy deactivated for an episode or two, just to give the goats time to produce some more milk than to put into there, rather than having it doing nothing overnight, which is not very efficient. It's costing us money when it's running. It's okay when it's not running because it doesn't cost you, I don't think, or at least not as much. But yeah, if it's actually running, it does charge you overnight. So yeah, that's the situation with the goats. Oh, it has spawned a pallet. Was that from? Oh yeah, no, that was 2 episodes ago. Yeah, that's not new. Right. Okay. So we have got some harvesting to do today. Quite a bit actually. We've got. Oh, except it's raining. It doesn't say it's raining on the forecast. It must be about to stop. But yeah, we've got 3 fields to harvest today. We've got the 2 smaller ones, which is a canola field and a wheat field, and then we've got the field 16, which is a slightly bigger canola field. So quite a bit of canola to do today. That'll be going into the mill. Speaking of which, that has got a bit more space for flour, but that will need those pallets will need to be moved again this episode. So if it's going to stop raining, we will start the harvest. It is raining, but I don't think it's supposed to rain for long. According to this, it's not supposed to be raining at all, so I'm not quite sure why it is raining. I hope that's not a bug of some description, but yeah. What we'll do then, just while it just stops raining, is we'll drag a tree to the small sawmill just to keep that one going. Although these are a bit big. This one should take this tree now, I think. I imagine there's space for this. Oh, more than enough space. So, okay, we'll drag one of these trees into that one then as well. That big sawmill's going to need quite a bit of wood bringing to it. We do need to remember to keep on top of this. We have got enough wood to keep it fed, because we've still got the original trees that we planted early on in the series. But the other trees that I put in are not yet fully grown, so we don't want to be taking those down ideally until they're fully grown, because otherwise we're just losing wood. So yeah, this one can go into the big sawmill, and I'll probably cut a small tree down for the small sawmill, which are over at the other side of the field. So that one might even take this all of this. Yes, it will. Okay, that's completely filled it. So we'll drag the last one into there as well, and then we can just press the button when it has space in there for that one. That's used up all of the wood that we brought over here, and wow, there's quite a lot of pallets again already to move, but we'll not do that just yet because we're quite busy with other things for now. There is plenty of storage space at this sawmill for a few pallets to spawn, so not a major problem there. There's no particular urgency to sell those, and same with the goat's cheese. We won't be selling them just yet because the price isn't at its best. We'll wait for the price to improve. Okay, so over here we've got the ones we've planted, which are the oak trees, but we've also got some existing trees which were from the map. There's not a lot of wood in them, but they should be mine because they're on my land. So I will cut them down. They're my side of the fence anyway. And we'll drag these ones over to the small sawmill. That will keep that one running. And also give some space for the big oak trees to grow because they are a bit close together. So I'm sure the big oak trees will appreciate a bit more space over here without all these American elms in the way. So we'll cut 4 down for now. That should be enough to keep it filled up. And then we'll go back to the tractor and attach them to the winch. Although they have kind of fallen the wrong way. Well, at least they've fallen into my land, but they're facing the wrong way, so that's going to be a little bit tricky. Let's see if we can connect these up to the winch. Yeah, that's going to be too far away. I'll have to winch that one closer. Looks like the rain has stopped, so that's good. That means we can actually make a start with the harvest now. Right, let's get that one on. Oh, it's still not quite close enough, is it? Or just about. I can just about get it on. There we go. Right, okay, so we'll winch them past the oak tree and down to the sawmill. I wonder if it will take them both. It should do, I would have thought. Yes, it will. How much space is left in there? Oh yeah, there's hardly any wood in those trees, and that's a shame. It was on, I think it was 7,000. It's now to 9,000. So it's about 1,000 pounds, 1,000 litres a tree, 1,000 litres of wood a tree. So not great. Okay, so we've got 2 more. That will do for now. But we didn't plant these. These are just ones that were already on the map, so we're not really losing anything here. Just getting a bit of bonus wood really from them. Right, that should hopefully be close enough to winch the other one, or attach the other one. Okay, so we'll just drag these down and then we'll continue with the harvesting, which will be the wheat field and then the 2 canola fields. There we go. What's that got in now? Oh, not even. There must be less than 1,000 litres of wood in a tree. That's terrible. Yeah. Anyway, yes. So this tractor actually is going to be needed on the trailer. So we'll take this up to the farm, and we'll get the Bailey trailer on it, and then we will continue with our harvesting. Oh look, there's Daggerwin. He's doing his harvest as well, so he's got, what's that he's harvesting there? Let's have a look. He's harvesting oats, which he planted, I think, because that was an empty field when he bought it, I believe. I don't think it had a crop in it. Anyway, we brought this tractor up here. The helper's getting on with my harvest now. I thought, I've done the headlands, I thought I'd give the helper a bit of a go with it, to let me get on with something else. So we've got these flour pallets to move, but I was just wondering whether we should build a bakery now and get them processing, because we've got a bit of money in the bank. Check the used sales first. There is a planter, but we don't really want to get that one. Yes, so how much is the bakery? The large bakery. It's in factories, isn't it? It's 150,000. We're on 105. So we can't quite afford it. Don't think there's another one. A few of you have been saying about mods, getting mod productions, but I feel that isn't quite fair because, well, I know some of you will argue with that, but it wouldn't. We'd have to both have it, otherwise it would be benefiting unfairly. I don't know. It's difficult to explain, but I just feel like we should just use base game productions for a competitive series. I think it's more fair. It just feels more fair somehow. I don't know. Because it would be the same if Daggerwin decided he wanted to go and get a mod production for something that he was doing, and it was super cheap and super fast. I know I could then go and do the same thing, but then I'd have to do the same thing as Daggerwin. And I just feel like it would make the series less equal. I think it's just best to stick with what. Obviously, the mills here are a mod, but we already have them installed, so that's fair enough. We both can use them. We both are using them. I just don't think we should just start adding really sort of super efficient mod productions into the series at this stage. If we'd had them from the start, maybe that would be okay, but like if I suddenly decide I want a super cheap bakery like for 20,000 that produces 100 pallets a day, yeah, there probably is a mod that does that, and I don't like the idea of doing that. But basically, I hope everyone understands what I'm trying to say there. I think we should just stick as it is now with base game productions and the ones that we had already installed. That's my thoughts on it anyway. I haven't really discussed that with Daggerwin, but that's personally what I feel, and I don't think we should go and get too many mod productions unless they are very fair and sort of not too cheaty, if you know what I mean. So yeah, we're just probably going to stick with the base game bakeries and stuff. But like I say, I would like to build that bakery. It is 150 though, so we can't afford it right now. I was going to move these pallets, but I'd like to get a bakery so that they just distribute straight to the bakery rather than having to keep moving the pallets around, because it would reduce my workload a bit, and it would keep everything in the same area as well. The mill would stay here, but the pallets would also automatically distribute down to my production area, which is becoming this area here. So that is what I'm planning on doing. Actually, we've got the sawmill products. I've brought this up here. I have allowed a bit more space for some more to spawn there by moving that one, but I think what we'll do, we're going to need a trailer to move those anyway, and I haven't brought the trailer, is we're going to go and sell the sawmill products. I think that will bring in enough, possibly, to get to 150,000, plus the hourly income as well from all my other productions that are running. The greenhouses and the small planks and stuff are all on auto sell, so there's a bit of money coming in every hour anyway. And then once we've sold the long planks and the beams, that should possibly bring us up to 150, I think, to get the bakery built today. So that's my thinking. So hopefully everyone understands and agrees with that. I know not everyone will, but that's my thinking anyway. It's supposed to be fun, and I don't know why, but I just feel it's less fun if you don't use base game stuff somehow. Mods are good, and on a single player series and stuff I have no problem with it, but for a competitive series, if one of us decides to go with something a bit too efficient, shall we say, and the other person isn't doing something like that, for example with the milk, if you went for a dairy, it would only benefit me initially, so I would have a massive head start on that. Or the same if Daggerwin went for something else, like for example cows. If you got a really super efficient cow farm or something mod installed and I don't have one, then it works both ways. I think it's just fairer if we keep it all base game for this series, or as much as it is at the moment, not adding any more productions there to super efficient. So that's, yeah, like I say, I've already explained that. That's what I think. Right, the combine's just finished now. Okay, so that's going to need unloading, and then we'll move it to the next field, which is actually only just there, which is the canola field. So we'll go and unload this wheat, and that can go into the mill, and then the helper can make a start then, or get on with the canola harvest. So yeah, I'll just get this unloaded, we'll get it going again in the next field, and I'll start to load up those sawmill products. Okay, so let's find out what we're going to get for this load of wood. 65,000 plus a £4,800 environmental score reward, so yeah, very, very good. Certainly enough to buy the bakery. I know I did mention about buying that field as well. That's another consideration, is if it's still got a crop in it. Field 73, it does, and it is ready to harvest. And that is, how much is that? 126. See, that could feed the mill, which would then feed the bakery. But then if I bought that, I wouldn't be able to afford the bakery. So, yes, it's a little bit of a difficult decision, but I think we've got enough. Well, actually, how much have we got? Any? No, actually, we haven't got that much to go into the bakery this year. So maybe they. We've only got the two fields. Actually, we've only got a wheat field and a barley field. That's not actually that much flour for this year. So yes, based on that, then wouldn't really be enough at the moment to make buying the bakery worthwhile for this year. Although it will be definitely something I am getting. I think that is a better buy then for now, because that has a crop ready to harvest right now, and then that will then go into the mill, which will then produce flour which can go into the bakery when we can afford to buy that again. So, based on that, we are going to buy this field, which is ready to harvest right now, if we buy it quickly before the owner of it harvests it. And there we go. So we now own that field, 73, and we own 116 from last time. So we're certainly buying some land at the moment. I know that's the complete opposite of what I said I was going to do, but I did, to be fair, I forgot about the field from last time. I forgot we mentioned about maybe buying that field near the shop, which I did just remember. And yeah, like I explained, we actually don't have that much wheat and barley at the moment to make bread with, so it wouldn't keep the production running through the year. I know a few of you have mentioned about that, having enough product to keep it running. And at the moment with the dairy we don't have, so that's kind of just sitting there at the moment. With the mill we do, more or less. The mill is pretty busy. The mill's going to be doing all of the sunflower oil, the canola oil, and the wheat and barley as well. So it's basically pretty much every crop apart from soybeans will be going through the mill. So the mill is definitely worth getting, although we've had that for a while now. That's my field. Not ready yet though, quite a way off. And it does have weeds in it. That's a bit of a shame, but I'm not going to lease a sprayer just for that one field, because it wouldn't be worth it. We'll just take the small hit on it this year, and then next year we'll make sure it's very, very good. Still need to remove those tram lines as well. Apparently a deep cultivator will do it, a subsoiler or a plough, so we need to look at one of those things. I do own a cultivator, but obviously it's not deep enough. It must be a shallow cultivator, whereas yeah, we need to get a deep cultivator to remove those. So we'll have to lease one of those, I think. Of course, another bigger, more powerful tractor would be not a bad idea either, so that's another thing on the shopping list when the money's available. But I think, well, yeah, the bakery and that, the bakery will be my last production for a while. I won't be getting any more productions after the bakery until I need to, because yeah, that is something where I will benefit from it, because we already own the mill to make flour, so it's the natural progression to get the bakery. But after that, yeah, there's not really anything else I need at the moment, production-wise, so then it'll be more focusing on upgrading the machinery and maybe buying more land as well. So, yeah, that's the plan, and I've now bought that field, so that needs harvesting as well. So we've got a lot of harvesting to do. We've got this one here on the left, that's my other canola field, which we'll be moving to soon. And, of course, yes, the new field behind the shop, which will be the barley field, which will also need to be harvested. So, yes, that means we're back to the original plan, which was to move the pallets at the mill out of the way so that there's room for more to spawn. Which is a bit of a shame, but this will be the last year I do that, because I'm hoping by next year, or even maybe still in this year, we'll be able to buy the bakery. Because actually you need less than 100,000, it shouldn't be too hard to get that with all these productions I've got now. When we start selling some of the goat products, that will be very useful. I'll take this trailer back to the sawmill again, because that is, I still think, where we're going to need it most often. But of course it will be needed at some point at the mill to move the flour pallets to the bakery when we get that. So I will get on now with the harvest and moving those pallets at the mill. Right, okay, the helper was not on swath mode, so we better change that. We're going to do the baling. We might as well have it on swath mode so that we get as many bales as possible out of this. So I was just thinking we need to actually lease the Daggerwin doing some baling. I noticed over the hedge, I saw. So yeah, we do need to get ours done as well. We've got 2 fields already to bale, and then we've got this one which it will need baling when it's finished. It's quite a long way off being finished yet, of course. It's still on the first round of the headland, but yeah, it will need to be baled in a bit when it's got a bit more done. So we need to look at leasing this baler then. Not really as a sage to buy one yet, unfortunately, but we will get one at some point. Probably a square baler in the end, but at the moment we can only really get the round bales because the price. We're not allowed to lease more than £100,000. So if the machine is worth more than 100,000, we're still not allowed to lease that, which basically gives. These are the 2 biggest ones I can get. Square balers, again, they're all well over 100,000, so that rules them out. Of course, we're allowed to buy them if they're worth over 100, but not allowed to lease. So we'll go with the usual one, this one, I suppose. So that's going to cost 3.5. That's not too bad. And the horsepower is only 100 for that one as well. That's fine. Both of our tractors can run that. Right, so this will need unloading fairly soon, and of course it's going the wrong way around, as they always seem to do. So I'm going to have to stop that when it gets full and move it so that it can be unloaded, and also try and keep an eye on when it's full as well, because I did forget to unload it when when it was doing the canola. I kind of got distracted with doing the pallets here and then forgot about the combine. So we'll drop the pallet fork off there, I think, the front loader, because we don't need that for the baling, and we'll use this tractor for running the baler. It's got 180 horsepower, so it's plenty enough to run the baler, which is 100 horsepower. I will refuel it, I think, before we go, because this has got a very small fuel tank and there's quite a bit of baling to do, so that is going to use up quite a lot of fuel. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to get was a... Oh, no, I don't need to do that, do I? Stay in the cab. The other thing I wanted to get was a forklift for removing pallets, so that I don't have to keep bringing this tractor over to, or either way, you know, because I've got pallets to move at the main production field and here at the mill. So yeah, there's quite a few pallets to move, and if I can keep one in one place, it means I only have to take this tractor to one of the locations all the time. I don't have to keep moving it between the two. So yeah, that is something else I would like to purchase. But of course there's so many things I want to get, so it's difficult to know which one to go with first. But as I haven't gone with the bakery at the moment, and I'm quite a long way off getting that, I probably should get the forklift now or fairly soon to move my pallets around, so that I have that available when the bakery is running. Mind you though, if the bakery is running, I won't have to move all the flour pallets, will I? So no, maybe it is worth saving up for the bakery then, and not getting the forklift for now, because we're not that far away from it. I know that has just reduced it by another 3,500, but we are still only less than 100,000 away from the bakery now. And yeah, I don't think it'll take too long to get that much money really now that we've got so many production. So yeah, that's we'll stick with. Well, let me know your thoughts. I won't be buying anything today anyway, so let me know your thoughts, whether we should get a forklift or whether we should focus on the bakery, getting the money for that. That's probably the best thing. Right, oh, the combine has turned around and it's now going the other way around. That's very good and very unusual. So before we go any further, we'll get that unloaded, because I'm sure it must be fairly full now. Wow, I hope it's going to continue that way around and not turn around again. I don't think I've ever seen it do that before. I think it always normally just goes the same way around the field all the time. Yes, keep going that way, don't turn. Right, yeah, the lights are flashing, so let's get you unloaded. And yeah, well, when I've done that, I will get on with the baling. Right, okay, Daggerwin has just finished and there is rain on the way, so this is a good place to stop for the day, and then we'll continue this in the next episode. We've got a bit more field to harvest, which I'll get the helpers to do, and I will drive the baler again because I've got no choice on that really. I have to do the baling, don't think the helper will do that. So yeah, that is the current situation. I think it's pretty productive episode actually, not quite gone the way I was kind of planning at the start, but I think that's for a good reason. I think I've made the right choice there, hopefully. But I'm sure you'll all let me know your thoughts on that, and let me know about whether we should focus on getting a forklift or a bakery first as well, because we will soon need a bakery with all this barley going in, but at this stage right now we didn't really have enough. Personally, I don't think anyway, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and we'll shut down for now. And next time we will continue with this. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.